Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic, and this is another reaction to Steins Gate Zero. It is episode 6, and you know what to do. As always, if you want to see the reaction, just go down to my descriptions, follow the link, replace the circumflex dot parts with real dots, and enjoy the reaction. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear out my thoughts about this episode. So, see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now, first things first, the links I said are down here, not at the other video. I think you made this transition by yourself already. So let's talk about this episode. Well, it was a nice one. It's good, and at the same time it's bad, because it clearly feels like from now on things will heat up and speed up as it did in the original Steins Gate. We have more neither everyone on board now, including the female friends of Mayuri, about who I still don't know very much, which conveniently left at the right time, so I guess they're not in the scheme somehow. It might be, but I guess not. But let's start at the beginning. So Mayuri left the group to give, in my opinion, to give time for Ocarina and Suzuha to talk with Shiina. That's the thing about her. She is able to sense when people need time for themselves, when they need someone to comfort them. She is extremely empathic. So she knew leaving them alone for a moment would be the best, and then she took the long route to give them even more time. So once again, the heart and soul of the series, no question there. I discussed it for a moment. There are two things in the intro, which one thing I'm pretty sure changed, and the other one I guess was there since the start. The first picture of the intro is an eye, and then the camera zooms out, and I always thought it was the eye of Marquise Kurisu, but I think it is the eye of Shiina instead, of Kagari. So I'm not sure, maybe they changed it and it was the eye of Marquise Kurisu in the beginning. But it might very well be it was hers instead, which would be nice, because it would be like, I never realized it. Because there are some differences, even when it comes to the facial parts. That's one. The other is, in the intro we have this moment when they're standing in front of the time machine. And on the right hand side, I discussed it in the past, there was like a blurred effect. And I said like, there's a person missing, and I already said it will be Marquise Kurisu. And I'm pretty sure it was her in the next episodes then. And now, instead of her, it is Shiina. Which is interesting, because it means that she kind of replaces her there. Which once again brings in the question, who is she? Why does she look so much like Marquise? And is there like a real replacement happening right now or in the future? I discussed it in the last episode's comments in the discussion, that I see options of transferring parts of Marquise Kurisu into her. Why ever one would do that. Yes. That's the problem when you write stuff down and you cannot read it. I have no clue what I mean with that, so I will skip it. Oh yeah, Marquise comforted Shiina. She has the same name. I'm not sure if the name Shiina has a special meaning. So if there is, you're very welcome to tell me. However, I'm pretty sure that she got this name due to the fact that she was the daughter of Mayuri, so that's why Shiina is in both names. They didn't do this transfer to realize it, but I mean, how should they? They brought in Nae for the party, which will be important later on, which I will discuss. But I like it that they are like enlarging the group of people that are in here. When I remember the original Steins Gate, we had like only the center people, and other characters were just some around, and there was like no filler characters. Right now it feels at least a bit like the two female friends of Mayuri are secondary characters, which are not so important yet, but they give the feeling of fullness to the show, that there is more in this world, that there's more people. All of them do not only have each other, they have other people as well. They might be important later on. I just by the comment of one of them that she's very interested in AI and stuff alike, she put herself a little bit more into the center of attention, so it might be she will be important later on. Although it might, as I said, might be they're just secondary characters. We had multiple moments in this episode where Ocarina had like, I called it memory flashes, because one, when he was walking with the others, it really felt like he was not prepared for it, and he even stumbled, but it was not as big and harsh as the reading Steiner effects were. So it was, I'm pretty sure, not a real timeline effect. So I think it is like memory or his imagination striking him in this moment, like a what could be moment. And we had one of them, wrong direction here. I just posted it. I used it as a picture for this discussion. White what? Oh yeah. In these, he has a white dress, although I think it might very well be it's always Marquise instead standing there. Then we had the professor. So we had the meeting at the shrine. They went there. It was quite a nice thing, and everyone was weirding as always, especially Daru. The "we will prove to you he is a boy" thing, thanks for not showing it, but I think they made it pretty clear what they did. So not nice. I mean, that's really, I mean, seriously, they are meant to be friends, so that's a bit mean. It's hard. And then we have the two professors coming along, and this is where I got a bit suspicious. The one thing is, why did she invite them? And I have a lot of questions when it comes to Maho in this episode. Why did she invite them? And later on, why did she turn on the AI in front of everyone? So first, why did she invite the professors? Sure, you could say she wanted, thus this is a party, to bring them in as well, but generally you should ask those inviting you first, before you bring in people that most of them do not know at all. I think it might be because of Shiina, that she got informed already about her, so she thought it might be interesting for the two professors. But as I said, I'm not really sure about why she did it. It's a bit weird to me. However, there is a clear moment when the professors are leaving, which is after a minute. The female one, which I wrote down a name for, I'm pretty sure. So not Professor Leskinen. Well, which I do not have here at the moment, was turning around just in time to see Shiina, meaning Kagari. There was no real facial expression of kind of surprise or anything, but the fact that they showed it and the way that she was kind of stuck looking tells me that there was an effect on her. So question is what kind of. It might be a first hint that she may be somehow involved with the attack later on. It may just be that she realized she's very similar to Marquise Kurizu, or so there's no real clue here. It's just a a small finger point there. That's one thing. We then had Mr. Brown walking along later on and deciding not to disturb the party upstairs. And he did see someone else watching the area. I'm sure the other this person he saw was not watching the two girls leaving in general. He was watching all of the group that was there and just checked who is leaving. Which would mean that they were kind of spied on for the later on appearing attack. So I'm pretty sure the one that he has seen is one of those attacking later. Or, other option, it's someone who wanted to contact Mr. Brown, which relates to CERN again. So, however, he did see him, and now there are two directions this can take. Either it's someone he is somehow allied with, then he would be involved in what's going to happen later on, which we will see in the beginning of the next episode, I'm pretty sure. Or he's not allied with him, and this is what I speculate about here, so he will possibly be somehow taken out. Why? The attack that happens goes in and aims first step at everyone. I mean, they go in with guns blazing. There's always a chance when you pull a gun that something stupid is happening. A shot will be fired and it can hit everyone. Nye, whatever you want to call it, is upstairs. However, Mr. Brown is and was in Steins Gate before, in the original. There's one thing that was always completely clear, and I still believe in that, and that is the fact that his daughter is precious to him, and that she is the number one priority. Even if he would be with CERN, even if he is willing to do a lot of bad stuff, he will not risk his daughter. So, that the attack is happening is for me an indicator that Mr. Brown is either not, is for sure not in the planning, and very likely not one of the attackers either. And it's very likely that he will have tried to stop them somehow. But we did not hear anything, so we will see. Which, in my opinion, takes him out of the picture. Who started this attack? Then we have Moeka. She got informed that they found Shiina, and her reaction was, so they found her. That might mean anything. It might mean, so they found her, the girl which I was searching for since years for CERN. Sure, might be that. It might easily mean instead, so they found her, the girl I was just searching for them. Talking about Ocarina and the others. So, yes, the way they it was shown makes you wonder if she's again involved in another operation there, in another group of people, like she did in the original Steins Gate. Which would then mean it's very likely she's the one again behind the attack. So there's a real it feels a lot like this other attack was in the past, and Ocarina's backflashes surely point towards that. But I somehow doubt it, because I don't know, I think they're playing with us here. It would be a bit too easy, and it would feel in many ways like an easy copy and thus a bit boring. So I think it isn't Moeka either. I wrote down the name, by the way, who it would be possible, everyone. So Brown, Moeka. We have CERN in general. That wasn't mentioned at all yet. So sure, those people have to work for someone. And the other person that is possible is the female professor I mentioned in the beginning, or some minutes ago. So it might very well be that she is the one interfering there. Or the professors in general. Why? And I think this is a very likely chance here. The attack happens seconds after the phone is turned off, after the connection to the AI is lost. So it might be a coincidence, but I think it is kind of unlikely that it is. She is there at this moment, so she would record everything that's happening, and being a computer in the end, with her options, she could inform the police, she could make photos and videos of those attacking, scanning their bodies, faces and everything, so it's a very high chance that she would recognize any one of those attacking right now. So turning her off, if you know that she is present, is something you need to do. Especially if those attacking may be members of the lab of the professors. So I think it is somehow the professors here acting out of whatever reasons. Which, as I said, explains why why Amadeus is turned off. Just my 5 cents here. That's it in general what I had for today. I have the question which I mentioned before already. Why the heck did Moha turn on Amadeus there? It really makes no sense. She kind of wanted to force Rintaro to decide what to do, and mainly it felt like she wanted him to end the relationship with Amadeus, to distance, to get away from him / her / it more. And by turning on Amadeus in there, in my opinion, she did the opposite, because now everyone else knows that Amadeus is there, so Amadeus will be, at least for some days, the center of their talk, of their discussions, of what they think about, which would make it more difficult to for Ocarina to get away from the AI. So out of this perspective, it makes no sense. If she wants to collect data, if she wants to gather intel, in the meaning of I really telling me everything, Ocarina, which she doesn't, then it's very clever, because many of those present know her, and no, they are not allowed to tell so, as we've seen by Daru, who tried to wiggle his way through talking. So if that is the reason, then it's done very clever, but it didn't feel like. It felt more like, like she was doing it out of thin air without really thinking about it. So, I don't know. We will see. She may be involved with a plot that caused the attack, but I don't believe that either. It would be a clever thing, but I don't think so. I think that's it for this time. We had a lot of information, at least for now. We know that Shiina is, at least at the moment, not remembering. I'm pretty sure there will be more. We have more than everyone right now in the lab while it is being attacked. We have no time machine this time to escape. We have Suzuha there. I mean, she's pretty good, but there's a lot of people with guns. So what do I expect for the next episode, especially for the beginning? I call that Mr. Brown is jumping in. I wouldn't be surprised if he would come rushing in, trying to rescue his daughter. It might very well be. So just guessing. The masks and the guns and everything shows a bit too much of realism, so I don't think it is like a gag. Like someone making like a surprise, we acted as though we would attack, because that would be pretty cheap. So I say it's Mr. Brown saving the day, and possibly Suzuha as well. Apart from that, I am not sure how they will solve it. So that's it for this time. I hope you did enjoy. I did for sure. As always, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. Well, I see you next time. Until then, my name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.